brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Raiders and the Ravens, all that and more, coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, divisional round Saturday. We've got an AFC battle on tap, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in the second round and move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. A few got away from him. Might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that's the case, they'll end up going home.
And he sneaks his way forward. Only couple here, second down. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat, like the guys in the automatic circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
He's got the first down and more. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll set up a throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Now a give right side. Darby. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Now a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Darby stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, Get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
On first down, Darby. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Darby, and all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Offense.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense, and they were there to help force the incompletion.
Touchdown, Raiders! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are on the board first here in this division round matchup. And all the pressure that goes on in these playoffs, but the first score here in the divisional round always very key.
Partner, this team handled it like it was a regular season game, that they were confident in what they were doing, came right out and established themselves early.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive. They go play action here on first down. And a throw right sideline is complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Again, it's Johnson. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for the Ravens. Back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. Kicking into a headwind here in the 2nd quarter. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game, showing up here in the first half.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd and 1. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. A first down carry here for Johnson. Taken down at the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack. It'll lead to a 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
Now 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Ford. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Open man is Ross, complete. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. They'll run on first down. Darby. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 77 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
Let's go now.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
They'll try the left side. Darby. He'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have you guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And based on that, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Raiders have got him. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's third down. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Now a give right side. Darby. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
The offense on third down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Up the middle they go. Darby. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. They'll set up to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. He'll drop to throw. This is caught. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Ravens ready to take over. And you work so hard during the regular season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? And let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball, those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on. And how often does that team that had been playing before win game one?
Right.
Almost always, right? Feels that way anyway. When it's a one-shot deal like the NFL, that's critical. Because now you come in and you get the momentum, you can take them out in that one game and it's over. And those other ones, that team at home usually gets a chance to recover, and they're usually the better team.
Well, they better halt that momentum on the other side quickly, or this might be their last game. This time they stay on the ground. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt.
Let's go. Let's go.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Makes it 3rd and 5.
Here we go, Shaq. Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Loss of 4 there on the sack, and speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Stays on his feet. They juked him. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Give him 30 yards there.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
To number 89. 1st and goal for them.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A A 7-yard touchdown grab. These guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And here's Ryan Wright now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. Fielded at the 43. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. The Raiders offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Darby, and good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ford. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one goes for 24 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. On 1st down, Darby, a pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. 2nd down and 6 now. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. They'll look to throw again. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And that is incomplete.
This has been a... Put it mildly for him, and after this one's done, you just feel... Post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. If they can finish this one out, they'll book a date in the AFC title game next Sunday, and it looks good so far as they try to run some clock here in this 4th quarter.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 174 yards rushing for him now on 25 carries. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Darby, and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
The Raiders are moving on. Thanks for watching, everybody, and so long. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.